Let's take a look at a couple basic selection tools. I'm going to start with the rectangular marquee. To make a selection, I can line up the cursor in crosshairs and click and drag. And you see it there. Now, if you don't get the selection exactly right, you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to nudge it into place. And that's useful to make minor adjustments. Clicking once will move it 1 pixel. If you hold the Shift key, it jumps 10 pixels at a time. If you want to select a perfect square, go ahead and line that up and then hold down the Shift key as you drag. It's important that you add the Shift key after you start dragging. If you hold the Shift key first, it's going to add to the selection, making a combination of more than one object selected, or creating an intersection point where the two selections cross. To deselect, I'll choose Select, Deselect, which is also Command or Control D. Similar to the rectangular marquee is the elliptical marquee tool, and this allows you to make a selection like so. If I'm off a little bit, I can either use the arrow keys or move the pointer within, and I can drag to put that where it needs to be. If it's not exactly right, you could choose Select, Transform Selection, and you get controls very similar to the free transform command, which allow you to adjust the selection, reposition it and resize it, and when you press return or enter, it'll apply as an active selection. I can then do the same thing up here with the elliptical marquee tool. Holding down the Shift key after I start to drag will create a circular selection, and we can nudge that into place. If you deselect an object and you want to choose the last selection you made, just choose Select, Reselect. If you decide you want to save that selection, jump on over to Channels and click the button at the bottom labeled Save Selection as Channel and give it an accurate name, such as Circle. Now I could reload that selection at any time by just Command or Control clicking on its thumbnail to make the active selection, and that allows me to store it with my document for later use. These are just some of the basics with selections. There's much more to it. And remember, as we explore selections, there will be many ways to use them to more accurately refine an image.